Curly locks the voice box, tell me what you think. Broke it down in detail, make me know the link. Curly locks the voice box, tell me what you think right now.
Alright, Purple Nation, welcome back to another episode of Icebox Where You Think, the program where you ask me answer, episode 44. Alright, first and foremost, we're going to deal with the whole issue of Rosalee, the popular TikToker who lose custody of our children to the CDA, Child Development Agency. We're going to talk about all of that, and also we're going to talk about the unaliving of the popular influencer, right-wing political activist, Charlie Kirk. This and much more. After the break, like, share, subscribe. This is how it works. Support in any way you can, because if we're gonna make the movement work, we have to support it. See me? So just like the video, share the video, do whatever you can to make it come up in the algorithm them, if you know is a true supporter. Alright, so after the break, we are getting into all of that. So only pound that Jamaica suffer bad. Politicians are beating up bad from all sides. Them beating up go, them beating up come. I don't know why I run away foreign. I totally understand. But who telling us that the key to America they are Obeah man yard? When you go on a Obeah man go make them rubbing up with all manner of evil. Only two dons, man. Only two dons. Now follow big win, boy. A foreign man wang go. Remember me telling you how long past stir it up say, if you are idiot to Jamaica, are the same idiot you can go foreign. Yeah, brother, cause see him, so a girl munchie but she apply for visa and go on the people in farm, and when she see sex, instead of she put the F for female, she go talk about whole heap of time and that she ride on the farm. Real enough you don't you? Couldn't agree more. And even if you don't, them willing to help you go right through the farm. So call Louis Law now, call the number up on the screen. So me understanding up like, me understanding the situation. By all means runway. But not tell Louis Law say me say for runway because they not support them something there. If you tell Louis Law, say me say for runway, me go deny it. Say thanks, vice back. Alright, do remember, say if you ship anything at all to the Caribbean, or even within the US, you have to use Next Shipping. You might log on to www.shipwithnext.com. Believe me, let me tell you this. No, I know one of them shipping company, they were more deep in your barrel and them out of sardine. Your peanut butter, them safe. And remember, say it's a hassle-free service. Once you ship with them, whatever you ship, come straight to your door. Or the people them door. Well, if you're not on the door, them ship door too. So thanks, Vice Box.
Okay, let me say like a scenario on the internet where they must say Rosalee youth, them get take away and thing and but with all of the thing them on TikTok when we say watch sketches of the whole thing with Chen, the youth and them Akim or whatsoever. I mean no say all of this thing happen. Man, no say all of this thing happen. No say all of this thing happen, brother. Someone know where their reviews on it if you see it on the internet.
Alright, so before me jump in it, I just want to touch upon a quick little thing about the last episode. We got the people them where they point out the fact say me shouldn't did leave in the name of the car dealer, because after all, it is allegation. It's a genuine oversight on my part, but I want to give thanks for the people that point out that. The next thing is this. For the people that say we should have disguised the vice did actually disguise. I promise you, I don't know if it's a man or a woman. Believe me. Or I shouldn't say the last episode, the last update to the episode before that. Alright, so I'm going to read a text that come to the hotline. Bless Vice Box. Pick up Zion every time. Pick up the whole movement. Purple Nation forever. My question is about the popular TikToker Charlie Kirk. What do you believe about his unaliving? Well, him say the other K word, but him say enough to say if you want to come up in the algorithm. So if you want to get banned off of YouTube, so I have to say it too. Alright. So after that, him saying, honestly, sometimes I don't know what to believe. Because a lot of what he is saying, well, I guess Charlie Kirk, a lot of what he is saying, you for years before even few other black American, for example, like Candice Owens, etc., have been saying. Yet still, when Charlie Kirk comes on the scene now and is saying nothing new, he has amassed a world of support. Tell me why you think this is. Alright, so I'm glad you asked that. But I'm going to deal with that after I deal with the whole Rosalee issue as the Vice note was before. So we are dealing with it in order. Alright, so Rosalee. Who is Rosalee? Rosalee is a well-known TikToker, known for her vulgarity and her controversial outbursts on various occasions. Unfortunately for Rosalee, she is one of them who think this is a fairy tale out there. And everything is just an idea, separated from a process will bring consequences if you know how to work with it. So, this is the latest outburst from Rosalee. We put her in the crosshairs of the CPA, Child Protection Agency, who after that video, after that clip here, them take care of youth. Our two youth.
I don't know, someone have asked me, I'm a bomb. I feel like I'm gonna run up in a blood, bust our pies, and myself, so I feel. But to me, I have split personality that pill will come out of me. But if me was a one whole human being dead already. Come on, like the pressure is unbearable, no pressure in a blood clot. So man, me have to mash up all things in here. Mash up them blood clot. Myself, if I just around, I lick out the blood clot glass. And sometimes the pressure does feel like more mad, crazy, and just mash up like the place of fire. Stab up jokes and stop the pit of them and just everything just done and over with. And then sometimes I have the things that I see are coming and I say, no, hold it, girl. How about how I feel? Don't someone have asked me, how you feeling today? And I'm not doing good.
Not like I'm a hate a goddamn coward who can't accept accountability for the action. You come on, you then take what they do with them, and you come on and I blame the people, them, and people call them upon you. You're sick. You're naive, you know, to say your actions. Call them upon you. Everybody watch you, and I just say friend them. Everybody I watch TikTok, my friend. People don't like you, I watch it. People like you, I watch it. Everybody watch it. When you not think before you talk, anything will come in your mouth, you set up yourself for things like this and even worse happen to you. Yeah, man, we don't get what we want. See it now, yeah, Are them to be blamed? You really not see something what you do. First thing, Rosalee, you have to understand, yeah, man, I'm stressing, but you have to get it. You know what you do for your living? It's a public figure. You know what that mean? You expose yourself to criticism. And by extension, stress. It come with the territory. You're back off abroad. No pun intended. Now, of course, me know it. Most of them not say, boy, all we grow with parents who tell us that they won't kill we and this is normal and I just saw the thing set. Well, unfortunately, no matter how you understand that and we know say I saw it go for true and we kind of come to bearing with that, you find out say the CPA who will watch this. No think so. Because let me go on a scenario. Let's say, for example, she did carry out them threat. Burn down your house, kill who fi kill. Do what she have to do. You know what everybody would have say? Oh, the government, the Child Protective Service, them see things like this and them wouldn't even take action. That would have go on, 100%. Sure. However, unfortunate the situation is, let me tell you what, are the thing you saw. And this don't need no long talking. The problem you saw is, people who me sure, as me say, everybody know right from wrong. You can pretend like you don't, but you know, they always choose to do the easier thing. Give the people what them want. Cause you know, say that type of fuckery. People want a little irresponsible talk, anything will come in your mouth and ray and that make your thing work. But unfortunately, one of the time, the same thing will make your thing work, or the same thing now. We will come work against you because see the picnic them gone there, which me not say that will happen to you. But there is consequence for action. And based on your behavior in a recent days since it even happened. What kind of mother would I have them right mind? If you go out, that's straight the way to take now. If you go out, go enjoy yourself. No, man, unless the youth them represent an obstacle in your way, man. Unless you not truly want them, unless I like enough mothers, enough parents who blame the kids for things where them not get to achieve in them life, pitney, burn them body, mash up, etc. Nothing else don't make no sense. No real mother no remember TikTok and game and going out. I lie down and stress and I'm mad. Them pitney gone. I wonder if they eat, I wonder what go on with them. So, the long and short of it is simply this for me personally. You can't sorry for nobody when you're sorry for themselves. You understand? You just can't. There's no way you do that. That don't make no sense. You come like you're an idiot. All I can say is that I wish you well, but you have to want well in order to be well. Alright, so Charlie Kirk, popular influencer, right-wing conservative political activist who was recently unalived. On a college campus. So it left the question, should a man unalive a man? Because the man have a different view from them. A man have a different opinion. The answer is no. Me believes that if you confident in a way you believe and believes that this person view wrong, then you're confident enough to coexist with him. It shouldn't bother you. But if it bother you enough to kill him, then maybe you should examine where you truly believe and how confident you are in that belief or those beliefs. So them should unalive this man, yeah? No, I condemn that fully. Now to the question of why Charlie nah say nothing new, but him bigger than all who taught the things before him. Because as a white man, him appeal to both black and white people who love the truth, or should I say half truth. And where him attack for two different reasons. One, for the racist, the aggressively racist, whosoever aggressively racist on the white side of things, who definitely think making America great again is about making America white and superior again. It sounds like the badgering of these girls. Yeah man, you might hear it and think the majority of the white side are supported for the same reason as black people who just hate the victim player. Them not give a about our votelessness. As a matter of fact, them love on the voteless and that make them the most money. And that make them system the most money. Where Charlie Kirk sound like to the majority of them is a man where just like them, tired of this fair treatment where black people are get from feed them system. Yeah man, I saw him get a base there. And two, most black people are supporting because him white. And him don't intimidate them like them own. Which is exactly why people like me or even Kanye who come later down comes to the same set of things. Get rejected by a majority of black people. What them call him? Mad. You remember that? Worse, like how Charlie has said about victim playing. A true. Him are the perfect messenger because him taught the line and the writing at the middle are the two grievance and manipulate the two sides perfectly. So, for the people on both sides, who ignorant by the way, him is the truth talker of the century. Good? So when him set to both group is true for two different reasons. For the aggressively white racist is to get back for them superiority. And for majority of the blacks who don't like the niggas, who just complain night and day and play victim. Or simply the blacks who don't like when them own criticize them. Charlie represent a more comfortable and palatable criticism. Easier to digest. So what is Charlie's motive and his intention? Which side him truly a play for? Him bias or unbiased? Well, him is either one of two things. Either him is a truth-telling liar where hide him racist motive or intention behind some half-truth, or him desperately naive. Or should I say, did desperately naive. My best bet are the first one. The truth-telling liar. Where the person who keep them all ignorance. Well, in this case, the racist ideologies and beliefs. And with that ignorance, they manipulate a narrative where people want to hear. But the motive behind that narrative, no matter how good it sounds, is the same racist ideals and belief there. Them pretend to be one thing when them is totally another. Alright, so the first thing I'll talk about is this thing here with the whole DEI, diversity, equity, and inclusion It is a framework used by organizations to promote fair treatment and full participation for all people, especially those who have been historically underrepresented or discriminated against. So for all people, that has come to mean, boy, you know, the whole of a workplace them now want proof say them no racist. Yeah, the CEOs and whosoever want proof say them no racist. So what them do is if you fill a quota, if you say boy right now, make a show say, you know, me I deal with diversity and with no bias, we're gonna hire more black people, more Hispanics, more whosoever. For proof that we're not racist. So Charlie Kirk run with that talking point based on everything when I see when I watch at full length, not just this, because we know we're living in a time with the sound bite them. And people cut out things to make it look, to push a certain narrative or agenda. I look deep into them. I get the context of enough of what I talk about. You see me? So him run with the narrative of, you know, that same thing I just said, DEI just hire some people where them not qualify, but you know, them get the job because people don't want to see him like them racist. Alright, for example, watch a clip here.
When you practice DEI, because that was your main point, right? You are rewarding bad culture. You even acknowledge it. You are saying that someone should be there based on the color of their skin. We say skin color doesn't matter. If you want that position, work harder, study harder, and then you might be able to get that position.
When we're forced into underfunded communities where schools are based off of property value, we can't.
Well, actually, school choice is now the law of the land here in Texas,
Okay,
so
well,
that's not correct.
All right, let me tell you exactly what I said,
Sure,
okay?
thank you.
So this was in response, first and foremost, to United Airlines saying that half of all their new pilots that they're going to hire are going to be women or people of color. Currently, they're 15%.
Okay.
So they want to go from 15% to 50%. A conversation then ensued about how every time affirmative action is employed, standards have to be lowered. There's not a single instance where that does not occur. So then I said, boy, if I see a black pilot, I'm now going to wonder, is that individual qualified? Were they selected because of their race? Comma, but that's not who I am, but this makes me think this way. And I stand completely by that statement.
Okay.
Secondly, let me just finish.
Sure, yeah, sorry.
DEI and affirmative action, what it does is it lowers the merit, it lowers the threshold of standards, and increases things that do not matter, such as skin color and ethnic background. So that is what I said.
What Charlie Kirk attack, a fox, right? I agree with you. People shouldn't get no kind of position based on just them skin color or them ethnicity, just for being alive and a breed. That don't make no sense. But here is what most people don't realize. Let me ask you a question before we go into that. One of the things, Charlie Kirk is a very, 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 10 varies intelligent man. Where when you ask a question, it come with the answer and him know directly what the answer is. But you know what, if him telling you the truth, it will lead to people thinking. You think Charlie Kirk don't know, say, diversity, equity, inclusion, the greatest part of it was to say, there was a bias in the workforce for years. Where underqualified white people did get job over very qualified black people. This is what DEI did seek for quell. Unfortunately, every situation comes to reality. That every day. The thing where you want and the thing where you don't want. So you're going to have people in that, which is the minority, who seek for those full quota and are underqualified black people. But do you think a thing like an airline, you think Charlie Kirk, a smart person there, what me say? Don't smart enough to know, say, no. There is no airline in the world where I go hire somebody simply because they're black. You carry up 200 and 300 people go up in one plane. And I got 200 and 300 people who go sue you. Or should I say 200 or 300 family are the people that may crash. I go sue the airline. If that plane they go down because of the unqualified pilot. You think nobody are going to do that? The standards for every kind of pilot are the same. So if DEI seek to get more black people, them seek to get more qualified black people, not just black people. And you know better than that? Well, you did know better than that, you know, Charlie. You know, so in order to have support from anybody at all, the majority of them people here, you have to give them something to cuss about, something to angry about. Same business muggle. Yeah, man, same old business muggle. Us against them. You have to make a problem look so big, them are going to need you to solve it. And that's why you have them. And not all of we are victim player. And not all of we want the Little Mermaid for Black or Superman or any one of the other traditionally white characters. Most of we don't give a f*** on none of them things.
Do you just expect a single parent home to pick up and move into some rich neighborhood?
Well, again, so let's go back to why are they the single parent home?
Because the hundreds of years.
Do you believe in the maxim or the belief that you should take responsibility for your decisions?
It's not just one person's decisions. It's so much deeper than that.
See,
why are you trying to?
That's where you and I have a different belief. You believe in this.
It's not. It's a fact.
No, it's a belief. Again, you have to tell me then, why do Jews do so well? Holocaust didn't impact their material worth. How did Asians do so well? And by the way, even more so, why are Hispanics getting so much wealthier? If we were so racist, why are Hispanics all of a sudden gaining income the last 20 years?
Anybody when not understand what a little youth here try if he say, I just show him himself and understand what he was saying about me get it, you know. No, but I think Charlie don't know what he was saying about him and stick to the narrative where him want to push, which is under the guise of caring about black people and what they need to do for reach white people's level of achievements. He might push a half truth, where most people don't know says a half truth, you know, but half truth about a narrative where paint the entire black population as lazy, victim playing scumbags. I tell you about the outcome and I say, here is why. But not know him say it's not the why. That is just the what. The what is the result, the outcome of a particular thing. A deeper mechanism at the root. But you know why I visit the why? Because I go see his kind being culpable. You know, one of the wickedest thing ever happened to mankind. Or I should say, black mankind. Yeah, so I could get into some whys. Yeah, man. So the first set of why is, okay, yes, the Jews, the Asians, the Hispanics, they must thrive in America. But why is that? It is because them don't affect on no conscience in the same way black people do, because we don't have that unresolved issue. We have never done to Jews, Hispanics, or Asians what we do to black people. As a matter of fact, now we want to save the rest of Jews from Hitler in a World War II. And whether you want to hear it or not, yes, the Jews get reparations, payment for the atrocities where them got through. So therefore, just like a small business person, them can start. Them have a head start when them get back reparation. So the economic place in the world is guaranteed to a great extent, coupled with money management skills. Right? As opposed to who? The good majority of black people who slavery done and them just dead with them too long hand, the good majority of them. And while white people, the white power structure, inherited the trillions made from slavery. Them never get back, them never say, boy, this make out of slavery, no, allow it stops here. Them inherit that and therefore them get a big head start over black people. And slavery itself became systematic. You can't say no go so, brother. Systematic meaning, so you see the same way when you used to do physical slavery, you not find a different way if you do the same thing. For example, when you used to move slaves around to kind of use the confusion and the psychological trauma to kind of keep them in a subservience, you not still do that now with programs like child protective services and all of that, take people pitney, put them in a foster care, all that kind of thing where you keep them moving around. And what I say, who runs these programs? Black people. Welfare. We empty out the house. We get rid of the man. Because the woman want a little bit more money from the system. So the man can't enter the house if she can benefit that way there. Whose program is that? I mean, hear him talk regular upon them same topic, yeah. So him know the answer to the question I'm going to ask. But the politics him a play. Him just a blame them type of wickedness there upon the Democrat them. When in fact, in reality, the two system of government use the same systematic oppression in a different way.
Why have the black community gotten poorer since the passage of the Civil Rights Act? Tell me that.
Because of the way the culture has been perpetuated through the
Hold
years.
on. Think about it. So they were richer when we were segregated and more racist. America's become less racist.
What about Tulsa?
Yeah, no one's going to defend what happened in Tulsa again. But let's talk.
But
we're talking about a lot of different cities. We're talking about Chicago, Tulsa. But let's again. This.
Notice how him deflect and ignore the question of Tulsa, because if him dive deep into it, the crowd we watch are gonna realize how powerful black people was economically and everything. In a Tulsa, in a thing where they call Black Wall Street, where we prove so we're just as powerful as them, just as brilliant as them, financially and otherwise. And who mash it up? Who invade that town there and destroy everything? White people. Yeah, man. And they must say the race doesn't exist. And they must say them less racist. But not them not less racist. Them just less overtly racist. Here's a difference. It's still the same, but them less do it plain and make you see.
Okay, do black people commit more crimes than white people? It's not even close.
Okay, but you have to take into account the culture that has been perpetuated.
Okay, got it. So we can agree on this. Do you mean internal black culture?
It's not. It's deeper than that. Like,
do you think? Let's take time out. Do you think the average rap artist that a black kid in the hood is listening to is glorifying marriage and family and saving your money?
That's what sells, because it's a culture thing. It's not just within the black community.
I agree. No, but hold on.
Everyone listens to it. It's not just isolated.
It's bad for everyone who listens to it. The point being is that black youth, as they are being raised, their role models are largely not glorifying staying with one woman, getting married, going to church. And if you're wrong, show me the black role models that are doing that. There might be a couple I could think of, maybe. But if it's about culture, you're right. The internal black culture has collapsed the last 60 years. We're no longer elevating the family. We're no longer elevating staying with the person that you're with. So our contention here as conservatives is that the systemic racism stuff is a bunch of rubbish. Instead, it's systemic bad choices.
Do you feel that systemic racism isn't real?
Of course not. What can I do that you can't do? Name it.
What Charlie undoubtedly do so is gaslighting on a grand scale. Because yes, the opportunities them equal, but the obstacles in the way to get into these opportunities unbalanced. What Charlie do so is fighting not to acknowledge for them part in them own wickedness, because the minute them do that, them have to go recognize and accept that them power illegitimate. So them will fight to the death. They will never admit it. Alright, so we could talk about the music now. We don't promote marriage, it don't promote saving, it don't promote organization and structure. And most of we support the worst music. Alright, we could talk about mainstream. But if you don't sing the your music don't go mainstream. Who run the mechanisms, the machinery will bring these type of destructive music and behavior mainstream? Who run Hollywood? The movie industry will promote the most destructive behavior. The worst man get the girl. And psychologically program the youth them to certain destructive behavior. We're gonna make them work at McDonald's and Burger King later on in life when they make choice early. If you think everything is fun and games, and later on them end up on the plantation. Who run that machinery? Who own Hollywood? Who run it? That's right. See where they again? The Jews and the whites. We don't monetize these destructive behaviors and then conveniently talk like the machinery not dead there and create these kind of people with this type of mentality on a daily basis. For money. Your money. Different approach to slavery. Systematic oppression through psychological warfare. Where them people here can't see them unsuspecting and don't say them destruction. Because them don't understand their mind. But who don't understand it and manipulate them to the fullest. Now, I'm not saying nobody to play victim, but they are victims. It is just that me not believe. So you can make whatever is against you stop you. But whatever is against you is real. It is there. And me know fight and overcome it. And again, Charlie know better than that, but the truth is he want to achieve an agenda. So again, when him attack, him just use the words black people. Careless and broad brush. Charlie know better, or did know better, than for just simply say black people. But I saw him all get to rebrand the whole black population as lazy victim player. So them get to downplay for them part of them playing at the outcome. Alright, so now want an example. I want to talk about say it look like an agenda upon Kirk part for just really hide that type of racist bias there behind something that is true. Alright, watch this.
Black Americans are about 13 to 14% of the population.
Yes,
about half of all prisoners are black.
Wrong. According to the US government, only 38% of the prison population black. Why Charlie feel the need to add over 12% on the amount? I wonder if because the talking points and the argument them have cannot work unless him exaggerate. If you want to know who make up the majority of the prison population in the US, you're frightened to find out they're white people. Yes, no man? They make up actually 57% of the prison population.
Exactly.
So blacks commit more crimes than whites do. They commit more murders, they commit more arsons, they commit more kidnappings. For example, blacks are 13% of the population and they commit 58% of all the murders.
Wrong again. White people commit more kidnapping. Pause and read if you must. And him have to know. Because him quote this for more than one occasion. More than one interview, me research this. Him have to know. Him smart enough to know. Say I lie that. By now, if him say it and get a mistake in a one of them, by him do 10 of them, he might realize it's a mistake, but him keep doing the same thing. In most of the interview, the same statistics. What painfully obvious is that Charlie Kirk not interested in understanding the statistic them. Where my quote, it obviously his motivation is to push a particular narrative and an agenda. Despite what I'm have to tell. And he knows that majority of the crowd from both sides of the groups, them not really care about details. Them mind can't handle it. Them know them not gonna look up. He knows them not gonna look up them statistics there, you know. And for see if him correct, all them have to do is sound eloquent, sound intelligent, and it just sound convincing, and them just say yes and run with it. Him know that. Him smart enough to know that. This even more obvious in him next point.
Exactly.
So blacks commit more crimes. Blacks are 13% of the population and they commit 58% of all the murder. Black Americans are about 13 to 14% of the population.
Yes,
about half of all prisoners are black.
Exactly.
So blacks commit more crimes than whites do. They commit more murders, they commit more arsons, they commit more kidnappings. For example, blacks are 13% of the population and they commit 58% of all the murders.
Wrong again. If they be interested in honesty, he would have mentioned the other 1350 statistics. A matter of fact, black people make up 55% of all murder exoneration, meaning to them gateway, to be specific. This means black people as a group are more likely to be convicted of a crime them never commit. Now why is that? Don't answer that. Then you parade them stats like a something. And the reality is you probably know them. But if you are to tell either of these groups will make up your base, then them a go think. And you possibly don't want that. So on a judge for yourself, is it to make black people better, more aware, or is it to make white people seen as more superior? In intelligence, in everything. Is the underlying story. Remember me telling you, every story is spoken by words have another underlying story underneath it, And if you can't see that story underneath it, you're done. Now here is what I'm saying about the George Floyd murder. One of them debate the way him go around to the colleges them have. I'm not talk about that debate, go around to the college and have the two after that clip here.
I saw a clip somewhere that you were trying to get the officer who murdered George Floyd pardon, and I just want to know
Yes,
what your
ma'am.
reasoning was about that.
Well, George Floyd didn't die because of the police officer. He died largely because of a drug overdose.
But he had his knee on his neck, And we all saw the video.
But the knee on the neck is actually an approved police technique that police departments taught Derek Chauvin to use. Do you know that George Floyd was saying, I couldn't breathe, well before that restraining technique? And
So why'd they use the technique if he already couldn't breathe?
Well, because he was actually resisting arrest, and they had to restrain him. And they restrained him in a way that they were taught to do, which is the knee on the neck technique.
Okay, so when does the like technique end? Like when they die? Like he said he couldn't breathe.
No, I mean the technique ends when the individual stops resisting arrest. His cause of death was not asphyxiation; it was drug overdose. He had
that was a part of it. Like he also had a heart like thing, and like he was on drugs. But like he wouldn't have just died if he was standing there. Like they had his.
Well,
their
actually,
knee on
there's an
neck.
argument to be made. According to the medical examiner, he was drug overdosing in real time. That it wasn't because of the police officer, Derek Chauvin, that put his knee on the neck. And again, they were taught to do that. According to the Hennepin County Police Department, they teach that as an approved restraint technique. And by the way, this is just a broader point. Our whole country blew up because of this incident, and it was largely based on a lie. Largely based on a lie. We were all
What was the lie?
The lie is that there was a white police officer that went after a black person just because he was black, and it just wasn't true. He was resisting arrest.
Okay, but he killed him. Like that doesn't.
Well, again, the county medical examiner disagrees. The county medical examiner in the original report.
So then why did he get sentenced?
Exactly.
Like,
that's a good
no,
question.
I'm saying.
All right, Charlie said it was a drug overdose. And I resist arrest as to why they made have to keep the foot on him neck. All right, who no watch the actual George Floyd arrest video and be the judge for yourself.
Right. You got your restraint? Hobble? Okay. I can't breathe. Grab that. Jesus. I can't breathe. Thank you. I can't breathe. Stop moving.
I think he's just messing out.
Breathing right now, bro. You think that's cool? He's not
We'll go him on the side.
responsive right now. He's not responsive right now, bro.
And the girl make a good point to him and him know. At what point does this arresting technique stop? You say him arrest is arrest. When for a couple minutes well you can see him body now move, just him mouth. I just hear him alone. Nothing pan him now move, so him arrest this arrest. And you didn't know all of this and you're smart enough, me really believe that. But you discredit him as a drug head and I just saw no look on you know. No matter I just saw no look on the whole group, you know. To in reality, you know. When I know everybody in the group have them type of habit. And even so, a man deserve to dead because of a drug habit. The man said George Floyd never dead of asphyxiation, just a drug overdose. Alright, look on the screen. It's the first conclusion where them come up with as the cause of death. Which still not correlate to what you are saying. And you as a man with the research, when we trust say you research everything, you know enough things and left them out. Because I can tell you say you know same family did do an independent autopsy report. See it there and look what it say. Asphyxiation. If the medical personnel conclude in the two autopsy them, when I say homicide, no matter what kill a man if a homicide a murder. Right? And the next one I say asphyxiation, you still a hole where you hold. What that mean? You have an agenda. And like Mr. Mido say, ironically, him criticize the low level of intelligence where the college kids, the typical college people them in America have. And yet still, ironically again, him choose for tour what? Colleges debating kids who him knows are disarmed. Who not qualify for debate with him. But again, what is that situation again? You know, like when I always talk about a girl that when I really pretty, I just throw she power with some girl uglier than her. Him are just the prettiest, ugly one. I remember me always telling some people always doing time them have to use the same evil where them are cuss other people for. Or them relabel it. Say a man named 10 dumpling and say, hey, no boy that greedy, no dog. And him say man now name 15 dumpling and what him say? Jano, never know how me hungry, no dog. I hate to go on a grand scale, so. Because we're black people, violent and wicked and terrible and toxic. But him not mention the the same part of them white culture when him trailer trash. The same toxic type of white people who just as toxic as any black. You see that? They don't remember that. The mafia no murder with white people. Just like how black people kill more black people. The truth is, we live amongst black people. So we kill more black people at our place. That is reality. We're not violent more than anybody else. It's just that we don't have the phone of violence. We don't call it something else. We don't call it phone of gang army. I want to say another turf we don't want to take over and go in our people in place. Go invade it. And no violence. We don't call it war. Them Gaddafi run for life and them find Saddam in a hole. A different thing from where the Crips and the blood are do. So it rough? And the irony about how him go out. The last moment when them asking the question about violence and he was only too happy again for once again. Pounce upon the block. Yeah, is it, does that include gang violence or include or exclude gang violence? And that was it. And then very sure says a black man do it. And to them great surprise, it was them own. Humans, violent. Not black, not white, not Hispanic, not Asians. Humans. The long and short of everything we are looking on is simply this. Humans trying to be the good one, the better one, the superior one. Me-ness. The mindset that will destroy mankind psychologically. For decades. And make them not who they think they are on a conscious level. People trying to put the blame for evil, all the things are wrong in the world on other people rather than look within themselves and manage that evil. The conservatives are saying right now, oh, boy, this is the attack on free speech. The man have a right to say everything what him want to say, which is true. But in light of his demise, what you want to say happen? The conservatives are locked down everybody who have an opinion, but him, an opinion is speech. So, who if have free speech and other people not have it? Be people get fired, I lose them job, Jimmy Kimmel, etc. If that is indeed true. Yeah, because then we say so on one different thing, because a theater they behind the scene and it's rough around there, you know. You have a thing named false flag. Kimmel never wrong. So can him own? Bring him to the end there. For suit a larger agenda. And that them call false flag, you know. You never know. When we want to get public opinion, for outrage and then back if you do a particular thing. Let me tell you something, man. Anytime you see something bigger come, look out for any one of them type of something here. And then the question is, no black people, I say, boy, oh right now, you know the next Martin Luther King, a man who him said no good. And as a Christian, me that ask Charlie Kirk and any other Christian, you know your Christ say, why do you call me good? There is none good but the Father. Good. What is good? If him have a fault, him not good. This is how simplistic, human, idiots 3/4 of them look upon life. And if let's say there's 100 things about Charlie Kirk when me like, and there's a lot of things about him when me like. And if you list out so many things when me don't like, if you list out 2 things when me not like him, and a whole. Big people with hair on them front and under their arm think that we're in a 2025. We don't need planet Earth. Bad. Volume 1 and Volume 2 coming soon. We don't need it. We don't need them. And do remember the Road to Zion by Amazon. Also, my biography. Yeah man, black people are celebrate this man and it's like the new white comics. Yeah man, in Deadview we seen and I've seen these feedbacks. You know the greatest. And let me ask you something quickly. All of the names I can mention from Jesus. The story then of Jesus coming right up. We want to see who eliminate these people. The system. You see the system against this individual. You don't see flag of flow half star from the system. You ever see that for no individual which truly represent objective truth yet? Don't answer that. The truth is, it is most likely that Charlie Kirk Just like, as me said, nothing new under the sun. Well, Ecclesiastes said that, Solomon. Nothing new under the sun. It is most likely Sema play the same role as Constantine, who say the influence of Christ was getting so great, and he was hijack it by just adapting those beliefs and those things, those talking points, and the whole of the Christian them look simple-mindedly and just say, "Wow, we get him." And that's so come him get to be a truth-telling liar where hide who him truly is behind truthful narratives. Now, me I say him should have get shot. Me I say him should have unalive, and a man should have done him for him own opinion. Again, no. Condemn that. But you see him one say this.
I think it's worth to have a cost of, unfortunately, some gun deaths every single year, so that we can have the Second Amendment to protect our other God-given rights. That is a prudent deal. It is rational.
But I bet when him did I say it, him never see himself in the position of being a casualty of such an argument. Because again, meanness. Everything happen in the world, it not happen to me. So we can't relate to no dangerous rhetoric in our way where we see ourselves being a victimized. Or other people are going to be a victimized. And if we don't break out of this meanness mentality, history will always repeat itself for those who not listen. And that me think.
Early locks the voice box, tell me what you think. Broke it down in detail, make